back into contention, or do they need to take a couple steps back and rebuild this bad boy? What does Steph want? What does Steve Kerr want? What does Draymond want? Where's Klay going to go? Plethora of questions for the Golden State Warriors this offseason.
I'll tell you what Denver wants. They want Jamal Murray available for Game 3. And right now, his Game 2 toss of a heat pack is under league review right now for possible disciplinary action, per Mark Stein.
Oh, they don't get Murray in Game 3 this series.
Night-night.
Yeah. I already think they're going night-night. I already feel like Minnesota's going to destroy them. Now, if we get a conference final with Minnesota-Dallas, that would be, oh my gosh.
I kind of like Minnesota, like just Minnesota-OKC, too.
That would be great.
Both of the teams we all kind of were just poo-pooing as one and done.
Yep.
But Luka versus Ant-Man feels like the future of the Western Conference.
And you get Kyrie.
Oh.
And that
healthy Kyrie.
I don't know how. These are going to be fun, man. I can't wait to see OKC tonight and how they hold up at home against Dallas. But what are the Warriors going to do, man? What are they going to do? Let's go to Danker, the city. Danker, what's happening?
What's up, my guys?
What's up?
Great job, Spadoni.
Thank you, sir.
So, I think Klay, at the end of the day, I think he'd probably want to stay. And I don't think the money would be a factor unless Orlando or something, or a team threw a lot of money. But the kind of scary thing is if Orlando does throw a good amount of money, that's a lot of money compared to the taxation he'd get out of a Golden State contract.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of backloaded value there, and even buying a home, it's just more value. So at this point in his career, it could be almost hard to pass up, even though his heart wants to stay here. So, just throwing it out there. But we don't want a Madison Bumgarner situation when we sit on players too long, then we get no value. And if he does go, I would love if he did like a sign and trade like Kevin Durant, maybe hook the team up a little bit. But, we'll see how it plays out. I hope everything works out for everyone. Best case scenario, but, it is what it is.
It is. We'll see.
We've heard that a lot today. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Sign and trade will be difficult. Obviously, Klay Thompson would have to agree to that with another team, and he would help out to go to State Warriors. Maybe Klay just walks. Kevin Durant was hell-bent with the Brooklyn Nets saying, why are you helping out the Warriors? No. Don't give him a pick. Don't give him a no. Don't give him that. We'll see about Klay. See, the thing with Klay, and we'll get Slugger in Oakland in just a second.
Slugger.
One thing we haven't brought up, I don't know if the other shows have or not, but when I think about the 2-year, $48 million extension that was offered to him, not once, and I thought about this throughout the season. I said, well, maybe he didn't accept that because he felt it was disrespectful in terms of, well, Andrew Wiggins got 3 years in a player option, which turns into a 4-year contract. Draymond got 3 years in a player option, turns into a 4-year contract. I get he's a year older, and he's older than both those guys, but what about 3 years? What about a 3-year commitment that I'm looking for? 2? Just 2? Maybe the principality of everything, he's like, I'm not rolling with that.
It's a nasty business when it comes into the actual business aspect of this financial negotiations between the player, between the front office of the team. And listen, if I'm Andrew Wiggins and I'm Draymond Green, I can only worry about mine, but they've also not had major injuries, multiple major injuries, soft tissue injuries like Klay Thompson has. And this is the hard part about having these negotiations. I talk about it a lot on the pregame show, 5 to 6, Monday through Friday. Hard truths. They cut both ways. That's what Stannis of the House Baratheon said in Game of Thrones. Stannis the man, the one true king of Westeros. We all know it. George R.R. Martin, I'm waiting for the Winds of Winter still. But he used to talk about that a lot. Hard truths, they cut both ways. And the hard truth and harsh reality right now for Klay Thompson is he's not the player he was when he got paid in that last contract. And I don't think the Warriors know what the player he's going to be going forward. And that the unknown, if I'm the Golden State Warriors, scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the one question right now, and it hasn't been the question for the Warriors for the last decade plus. They're at a crossroads right now, and they don't see a tunnel at the end. It's an unknown. Yeah. It's a vortex. It's like the Twilight Zone. I don't know what I'm walking into, Bonte, and that goes for the Warriors. That goes for Mike Dunleavy. That goes for Steph Curry. Like, this is the first time in their young careers, now they're older, like, they don't know what's going on.
The downfall is near, and it's coming hard.
Maybe, they run it back and things. I'm just watching the NBA playoffs, and I keep coming back to this, and how could you not? Like, The Warriors are just so far beneath some of these teams right now, and it's so hard to wrap my head around that.
Klay Thompson's played the most games on the Warriors, played the most minutes in that championship season during the postseason. And when I see things, it's Klay's not good. Well, okay. I guarantee you there's going to be teams after Klay Thompson this offseason. Orlando's just one of them. That's the one we know about. What about the Clippers?
Well stated.
What if the Clippers say Paul George go bye-bye, which it looks like it's going to happen. He's going to become an unrestricted free agent. They're going to need a shooter. What if he goes back down to L.A.?
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Exactly.
If you think he's trash, if you're saying he's not good, well, those other teams are saying, well, actually, I don't think he's that bad.
Yeah, well, I know for sure. Member of the Clippers organization, before the game, I met with him, and, hey, we still value Klay Thompson. So I don't know what that is. Is it $25 million? Is it 20? Is it more so about the years than the actual annual average per season when it comes to Klay Thompson? No idea. But let's go to Slugger in Oakland. Slugger.
Hey, what's up with my guys, man? How y'all doing this morning?
What's up, Slugger?
Yeah, the Giants need you, Slugger.
Man, thanks for taking that call. You know what, guy? I had that name since I was 2 weeks old, y'all. My aunt bought me all the Louisville Slugger stuff, like the Oshkosh Nagata.
Yeah.
So it just stuck. But one thing I want to say to y'all, man, is I want to give y'all flowers, man, for getting up in the morning, getting to the station. I look forward to listening to y'all every morning, man. Y'all make my morning great. So
I appreciate that, Slugger. That's
like
love.
I said, first and foremost,
that's love right there. I
want to give y'all flowers, and I appreciate y'all, man. And y'all dedication and getting up and doing it, man. So
I appreciate you, Slugger.
First thing.
That's nice. Way to warm us up.
Hey, for sure, man, for sure. And my thing with Klay, man, I want to see my guy stay no matter what. Do what you can to keep my guy, man. He done gave us some good years, and I think he still got some more in him. The funny part I always say, my son always say, like, Dad, they gave Draymond that $100 million. He just lost his mind. He do what he wants to, but like I said, Draymond still got some good in him, man. But my question is this to y'all. What about these lower, I don't want to say lower guys, what about the Creoneses and the Sarges, those guys, and nobody talks about those guys and what they produce or not producing, man. Like, is there any way to move off them guys to still try to keep certain guys there, but I never hear nobody talk about these guys. Like, it's like, they want to move Kuminga, which I think is dumb. That'd be one of the stupidest things I think they could do. They should keep Klay from all his dedication he can put through, with the team. His injuries, he came back, and did his thing, man. So, like I said, I just want y'all take on, like I said, with these other guys here. I want to say lower level, but these other guys, why no one talks about them or trying to move them to get somebody else?
Well, Dario Sarge's a free agent. He'll probably move on.
Yeah.
He has signed a vet man. Quinones is on a 2-way deal. Those guys aren't costing much against the cap. Those guys fill out your roster. And obviously, Lester Quinones out in Paris hanging out with Jordan Poole, by the way.
Oh, really?
Poole, they went to a PSG game together.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
Very interesting.
Jordan Poole, I didn't see him at the Met Gala along with some other people. I saw Ben Simmons there. You see that outfit?
Ben Simmons don't play basketball, but he doesn't get his ass up
thought
in
he
the
was
Met Gala.
Flavor Flav wearing that clock?
Yeah,
That's the time ticking down on his NBA career.
Well, I think the time's already ticked out on his career. That's what that's why the clock didn't work.
You talk about stealing money. By the way, PSG playing Dortmund today in Paris.
Ooh.
Dortmund leads 1-0 on the aggregate. And PSG blew some opportunities in that game. Let's go PSG. Maybe I'll rock the jersey tomorrow if they win.
And they don't do the away
Fonte's
goal
PSG.
being the tiebreaker now anymore. So if they do tie it up and stuff like that, PSG that is, then they'll go to penalties and stuff like that. So
and then tomorrow Real Madrid and Bayern Munich out in Madrid, Spain. It'll be a lot
Premier
of fun.
League teams. You got the French league, you got the Spanish league, and then 2 in the Bundesliga, which is the top German league.
Yeah, I like that German league. That German league's
I love us just saying the word Bundesliga. It just makes me. It feels big time.
Dortmund and the German teams all wear they wait the flags in the crowd.
It's next level soccer or football over there in Europe. It's just it's NFL football times 2.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep. So, Sarge and Quinones, they got bigger roster moves. You got to figure out first and foremost, you're running it back with Andrew Wiggins. All right. The old Klay thing, the Klay stuff will take care of itself. And Klay's polarizing. I see the YouTube chat. I see you guys.
Oh.
You guys are so worried about Klay Thompson's money. Look, he's going to get paid regardless. I think at the end of the day, he's more worried about the years. That's just my personal gut feeling. That he's worried about the years as per, $25 million a year. If he gets 3 or 4 years, I think he'd sign that. Are we ready for that? Are we truly ready for a Warriors team without Klay Thompson, folks? Come on, man.
Last year, the conversation, Bonte, all offseason, and it was actually pretty short-lived because it was Jordan Poole. What's going on there? The dark cloud over the organization. We brought it back, right? I think my first show on with you was last year. It was free agent day, free agency period in the NBA. And what was going to happen with Jordan Poole and stuff like that. And Dunleavy and Lacob were talking. It's like, oh, yeah, Jordan Poole, yeah. He's going to be a fixture here going forward. And, well, he's gone. So I'm not taking anything they say at face value because, you know what, they're businessmen and things change and then offers get dealt to them every single day, and whether they accept it or not, well, we'll see. But last year, the conversations all summer was Jordan Poole. What's going on there? And then 49ers-wise, it was what? It was Brock Purdy. Is he going to be ready? Sam Darnold, Trey Lance. Well, the conversation this summer is going to be surrounded by Klay Thompson. That's going to be the dominating subject. Maybe Brandon Ayuk can get traded. I think the Niners are going to keep their guys, though, at least for this year. Then we'll see what happens next year, whether they move on from Ayuk or Debo or contract-wise. But Klay Thompson is the story right now in the Bay Area. Yeah. Why? Because he has had so many memories and brought so much joy to Warriors fans. It's going to be heartbreaking if he goes to the Orlando bleeping Magic.
I love this.
Come on.
I love this.
What do you see there?
408. You need mobile text line. Now you talk soccer. Shut the bleep up about other sports. Stick to what you know. I love that.
We're not going deep dive on the Dortmund roster.
Brother K watch Champions League?
Come on.
Or Brother K watch the Kentucky Derby?
Well, we're not watching the Giants.
Don't make me play the Kentucky race.
No, we don't need to play that.
Because you're just well-rounded that way. That's why.
Don't make me play that race again for 2 minutes. The hell are you?
We're not talking about Giants baseball. I'd rather talk about Kylian Mbappe.
Like how soccer is what triggers him, not hockey.
I'd rather talk about Harry Kane on Bayern Munich, Thomas Müller, one of the greatest German international players in their great history, World Cup champion Thomas Müller. All right?
What is going on here?
Shut the bleep up. I wish.
Come on.
Don't
mess me with Champions League knowledge.
Now I get it. Now we got racism coming out.
Okay.
Now we got racism. 408. You're ignorant as hell. I'm not even going to read your statement. How about you just take a lap? We're going to block that number because you're an ignorant fool. Let's go to Travis in American Canyon. Travis, what's happening? You're on the roast.
What are we doing?
How you doing, guys? I want to talk to them about the Warriors.
What's
I think
up?
the real issue is someone saying Kuminga